Hello and good morning. My name is Blake. Welcome to my life, or welcome back to my life. I just film lifestyle content over here. I just started college. I just got married. I just moved into a new house. A ton of stuff is happening in my life. So I decided to film it. I know that I love content like this. I love watching other people just live their lives and see the differences and get inspiration and things like that from other people's content. So if that sounds interesting to you, or you just want to hang out for a little bit and watch me go throughout my week, stick around. Today is Monday and I should actually be at work right now, but I'm about to clock in. But I have a doctor's appointment later. This is kind of hard to explain, but basically it's easier for me to work from home in the morning, and then I'm going to finish the day at the office just because of where I'm located. I work and my doctor's office is located, all that jazz. I've decided to do a weekend in my life over a week in my life just because it's a little bit shorter. I'm gonna test out shorter videos to see if I can get them out quicker. I actually have a ton of stuff like on my calendar for this weekend. Obviously I have my doctor's appointment today and work. I'll finish that out. And then I am upping my workouts, so I'll have some workouts this weekend, just probably in the garage. I don't think I'll go to the gym at all. I do have some assignments, do quizzes, and then replies to discussion questions. I'm taking human growth and development this summer, and the way that the professor has it structured is just not working with how I have been doing my studying and my routine for school. Normally my assignments are due on Sunday or Monday, and my discussion questions for this course is due on Thursday. I'm still figuring it out. I don't really know. I just know that I don't like it. Since I'm starting the day at home, I threw some stuff in the washer, trying to get ahead of stuff in the afternoon. This is gonna help a lot whenever I get home. The way that today is working out, I can't do my workout schedule like normal because I work out at the gym at work on my lunch, but I'm taking my lunch to go to my doctor's appointment. So, which means whenever I get home, I have to make up for that workout. I can't just skip a workout because I had a doctor's appointment. Okay, work was good, busy. It's a Friday, lots of stuff being like implemented and stuff. So just kind of dealing with that. Yeah, I'll catch up with y'all after work.
You need to take her OUT.
Do you?
I said you.
Y'all find me in a ditch, you know why.
Oh. Boo-hoo.
There's a new coffee shop that just opened. Oh. There's a new coffee shop that just opened and we are about to go. It's literally right down the road. It's so much to happen.
Yep.
Hello. I was editing the other day and realized that I always sit like extremely close to. Let's have a chat. It is now 9 o'clock. As you saw earlier, I got a couple clips going to a new coffee shop that had a soft opening today in my town. And I love my town because I'll just paint you a picture of how the night went. They were having a soft opening. It's right down the road. We could have walked, but we went down there, called up some friends and said, hey, do y'all want to come to this soft opening with us? It's gonna be fun, whatever. We got there, had a little outdoor patio thing, and we went in. They had all kinds of pastries and sandwiches and Italian sodas, coffee, obviously, tea, things like that. My wife got a ice cream cone, and then I got, what did I get? I got like a local, one of their house coffee blends, and then friends got there, they got ice cream, apple cider, coffee, and then we just kind of sat there and talked. The lady that was running it was super nice, and she talked to us a little bit, and then you could tell that she also told all of her friends about it, and they were showing up because at one point there were people looking around and they stopped and were talking to us, and they were like, do you like the place? Do you think you'll come often? Like, our friend is the one that opened it, and they were hyping her up saying like, this looks so good, you did such a good job, you should be really proud of yourself, things like that. And it was just very sweet, very community centered. And then we also ran into the mayor while we were there, and he was talking to the lady, and he was like, don't forget, like, there's a concert tomorrow, because there is downtown with, you know, stores on either side. They're like resale shops and thrift stores, things like that on the road. And then behind this set of stores is a big parking lot, and they put in a big pavilion basically and different food trucks right there. They call it like a food truck park. And they will put on different concerts. There was actually one tonight called the Kids Night, so there were a ton of kids over there, live music. You could hear it from the inside of the coffee shop. Basically, the lady that owned this had a coffee food truck in the food truck park, and I guess they expanded and bought that building and remodeled it and everything. You could tell that it was like an old building that they remodeled, very historic. They had pictures of the town way back in the day, like old black and white pictures of the town, the building, and things like that. So it was really interesting to see the history. And then we found out that there is a community concert going on tomorrow night in my town, and then the town right next to us, my cousin actually is the manager of a grocery store there, and they were having a big event where they have vendors come out and they have like fire trucks for the kids, like to touch a truck event, and then there's free hot dogs, and it's basically a way to raise money for the community. I think it's specifically for like firefighters and policemen and the community, and have that sort of community involvement. And then, so that is the town like past us, and the town before us, when you're coming to my town, is also having a community night. So that one is like a book swap and different farmers market type of vibe. So it's kind of confusing explaining it without giving, you know, where I live away, but very interesting. Where I live is extremely community focused. They are always having different community events, and the mayor is posting on Facebook about the different parks and things that are opening up and all of this stuff that's going on. There's constantly stuff going on, and it's a very small town. I think the population of the town that I live in is maybe 5,000, and then the town past us is like less than 3,000. That's where I went to high school, graduated, and stuff like that. But very community centered, love it. That is what we did. Then we got home and just kind of cleaned, put away some laundry, things like that. I am obviously just now sitting down, trying to do some schoolwork, but I also wanted to explain something that I'm gonna try to do tomorrow. I've been thinking about structuring my weekends like this, specifically Saturdays. Structuring my Saturdays to where I sort of break down all of the things that I want to do into a timeline, just so I know what I'm doing and how long it's going to take, rather than telling myself, oh, I need to get this done, I need to get that done, I need to get this done, and having a huge long to-do list. And then I get so overwhelmed because I'm like, when am I going to fit any of this in? And it's all being tossed around and there's no order to it, and I don't work well like that. So I have a weekend schedule, and basically I broke it up by hours. So starting at 7 a.m. I'm gonna wake up, and then at 7:30 to 10 I'm gonna be working on school. So I'm giving myself 2.5 hours in the morning for school. 10 to 11 I'm going to edit a vlog. I don't know if I'm gonna get all of it done, but I want to have a dedicated hour to editing the vlog. And then from 1 to 3 I'm going to be doing more school, so I'll have a couple hours to do that. And then I'm going to give myself a 30-minute break, and then from 3:30 to 4:30 I'm going to be working on setting up a family Gmail account, syncing our calendars to it, and then also setting up an iPad. Very long talking clip, but I just kind of wanted to explain the process behind why I am trying to make my life a little bit more efficient. I am also toying around with the idea of trying to find an AI. You know me, I hate AI. I hate it with a burning passion. I try to not use it. I try to not at all. But I am realizing that, like with this stuff, I don't want to talk your ear off, but basically I just have a very chaotic life. I spend a lot of time putting effort into pretty much every facet of my life. So my work, my personal development, filming, editing, journaling, time with God, things like that. I put effort into church. So there's things that I need to read for church before I have small group on Thursdays. And then on Sundays, obviously, I have a commitment to church, and that's before we start serving more. My household efficiencies, so making sure that we have our groceries in order and our kitchen is clean, and making sure that, like, we just had a filter that we had to change. kind of keeping up with that stuff. We need to pull weeds. We need to, like, we had to wash all of our bedding today and clean the living room and like mop the floors and making sure that we have everything that we need. And we still have tasks to do in the garage and all that, just to make sure that we have a good space. And then obviously family time and friend time, and making sure that I am communicating with those people and talking to them enough. I think that an AI assistant, like a really good one, would work really, really well. That's kind of what's happening. That's where my mind is at. I've been talking for 12 minutes. Dang. That's what I'm thinking about at 9 p.m. That is what's happening. That is my plan. Good morning. We are getting a little bit of a later start than I wanted to. It is currently 7:45. Look at my hair. It's gonna be crazy, but I am about to start studying, and then I think I'm gonna do the Pomodorian method. No, Pomodoro. I am going to study probably for like 30 to 40 minutes, and then I'll have a 10-minute break and just continue that cycle for 3 hours, I think is what I have written down. Yeah, I did go and start a load of laundry, and then I am drying a load of laundry. So I was being like somewhat productive, had to take my dog out, things like that, but it'll be a good day. I'm excited to see how my new system works, and I am ready to get this chapter over with. Ignore my jazz going on in the background. I just got through my first session. It did not last very long. I was just like figuring things out with my wife. I read a full page. Basically, these pages are like pretty in depth and long. So I started the coffee pot. I'm gonna read back through and take notes on this section, and then I'm going to just do the same thing where I read through it completely and then go back and take the notes rather than reading and stopping. That is something that I'm trying, just because I'm realizing that it's taking me way too long to go through this. So hopefully that will help. I forgot I was wanting to go to a coffee shop today. I think I might still, I don't exactly know, but the new coffee shop that we went to yesterday is possibly opening today. I don't exactly know. I was gonna check, but if they're open, then I think I might try that. I don't have a ton of time, and I'm not getting as much done as I want. I think I'm actually gonna skip my next break maybe. Well, that's the rundown. That's what's happening. I woke up a little bit late, and that is why it is important to be on schedule. That's an update. The update you probably didn't ask for. Okay, we're gonna try to film this, but my lens literally keeps fogging up because of the humidity. But as you can tell, it is raining outside. I just made another cup of coffee, talked with my wife a little bit, trying to figure out what we're gonna do. We were supposed to go to my cousin's event at the grocery store, the community event. She's literally in the shower getting ready for that, but I don't think we're gonna go, considering it is an outside event and it's raining pretty decent right now. This is Arkansas though, so I would not be surprised if it just completely stopped. Going to start my next page and read completely through it. Since I'm not taking notes or anything, that's why I'm outside. This humidity is crazy. It's probably in the 70s right now and raining, so I don't think it'll cool us down any. I think it's literally just gonna make it horrible with humidity and mugginess. I absolutely love sitting on my front porch and my dog is out here, so I'm gonna soak it up while I can. Also, the time is 10:18 and I am supposed to be editing right now, but since I have not gotten as much as I want done with school, I'm gonna do school, and I think I'm gonna take some time later that I had allocated for studying and move it to editing. I didn't do anything after dinner tonight with my mom, so if anything, then I'll just like edit and do all of that tonight. Well, listen, I already took my hat off and it's in the other room, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. It is obviously nighttime now. I honestly don't even remember the last thing that I filmed, but we ended up going to the event that my cousin was hosting, and then we went to my friend's house, and we honestly just hung out at my friend's house, laid out on the couch. I was trying to read through my textbook and literally just like highlight important things and stuff like that. Like I was saying, I'm reading through it and then going back and doing notes. So I was like, okay, I can read through it, and then later, whenever I get home, I can do notes. That didn't happen. We ended up staying there for a long time. I did not edit my video, and I did not read through all of it because I was getting distracted, and I just wanted to sit there and talk with everyone. So that didn't work. And then I got home and I read through like I finished the page that I was on, read through a little bit, but it was only about 30 minutes. Then we went to my mom's and had dinner, hung out. It was great. We had pork chops and pasta, and then we literally just got back home, and it is 9 p.m. I am sitting down and going to finish this chapter and take all the notes on it. I'm literally just gonna read through all of it and then go back and do the notes rather than going page at a time, I think. I don't know. But I will say that my structure for today worked well, sort of, for the morning. I think that I am just having a hard time getting back into the swing of things, but also I have a hard time differentiating between what I can do and what I cannot. So I overschedule my days, which is why I need to get better. Something else that I do to make sure that I have time for myself, but I'm also getting stuff done, I'm not like overworking myself to where I'm gonna crash out, is I will give myself a cutoff time on Sundays, so like 5 p.m. I'm like, okay, whenever we start cooking dinner for the rest of the night, I'm not doing any schoolwork, I'm not doing any editing, things like that. I'm just gonna chill, read, whatever. Also, I'm realizing that I can't really stay up super late because every time I do, it's horrible for me getting up in the morning going to church. But I think today's just gonna be one of those days where, like I said, it's 9 o'clock, it's not super late. If I stay up for 3 hours, I can definitely get my schoolwork done and finish this chapter out within the 3 hours. And then it's too late, I'm not taking my quizzes. I want to be like awake for them, and then I can probably edit my video in that time. So right now, I'm planning on going to bed at midnight. We will see what happens, which is crazy because I used to stay up till like 5 a.m. all the time. I did it. It is 12:03 and I just got done rough cutting my video. I've been doing something where basically I go through and cut out all of the really long pauses and make it a lot easier for whenever I sit down and I actually go through and make sure that I have what I want to talk about, and take out the things whenever I talk for 20 minutes and none of it makes sense or is important at all, no one cares about, so I just delete it. But I got all my notes done. I just got done like rough cutting this. I didn't put enough effort really into it, but it's just gonna make it better for tomorrow. Whenever I put this in here, I think I had an hour and a half of footage and I cut it all the way down to 55 minutes. So that's just gonna be a lot easier whenever I go through and add titles and music and cuts and all the things. It's 12:05. I can't be doing none of this. I got to a much better spot than I thought I was going to by the end of today. More importantly, we're at a good spot for tomorrow. Pretty excited for that because it's gonna be crazy with my hair. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the morning. Happy Sunday. This is the aftermath of my grocery TikTok. I got foam mats from Aldi today, and I want to put them in the garage somewhere over here, and have a little workout area. I've been wanting this garage to be clean for a while. Plan is to move all of this stuff that is like a mix of Goodwill and stuff that I haven't went through yet, all the way over here to where it is like in the way, because if something is in the way, then I will actually get it done. And then this area is gonna be the gym area. Yeah, I'm gonna move my walking pad probably back to my office, and then the treadmill will move maybe, the stuff. But that is what's gonna happen. I'm actually in like sweats and a sweatshirt, and it's 80 degrees outside, so. It got so hot in the garage, but I'll show y'all kind of what it looks like. It's not the best, obviously, because we don't have enough of these mats, which I figured we wouldn't, but this is a good start. And I still have a lot of stuff to go through, but these are the mats, and like it'll be this area, ignore the storage room, but all of it'll come out to here, and then like all of this will be that matting. And then I moved my walking pad, have my treadmill, and then obviously TV and everything. And then this is what we have to go through. My friend is gonna get the mulch. That desk, I'm not sure where it'll go. And then pretty much most of this is what I have to go through. There's boxes and stuff under there that we are keeping, so it's not all of that. It looks a lot worse than it is. But about to make an Earl Grey and then sit down and edit. And then it's almost 4:30, so I think after editing, I'm literally just going to hang out. I've been wanting to play either my game or read. Low-key want to read.
Yeah, how big their larges are.
This is a crazy angle, but also I got a new Frank Sinatra album yesterday, and I've been obsessed with Strangers in the Night, and this has it, so we're gonna listen to it. Incredibly excited for this one. Okay, ignore the fact that I don't have a shirt on and my little dryer is going and washer. It's kind of chaotic in the garage, but we just moved a ton of stuff and put this stuff down. Moved the treadmill to the corner, still have the TV. We're still figuring stuff out. I have this huge pile. Honestly, my mind tells me that I want more of these, but I don't think that I even need them. Also, just as a update in general, got all my laundry put away, cleaned our bedroom, cleaned off the tables and counters and things like that. Got meal prep is done. Haven't eaten today. It's like 12:30, but we will do that. I had full intentions of filming that workout. I don't know if you can tell how sweaty I am, but I am drenched in sweat right now. Finish. I'm gonna close up in here and go shower. Gonna take a cold shower.